Speed reading is not merely a party trick for devouring books in record time. It is a cognitive skill rooted in understanding how the brain processes written language. At its core, speed reading revolves around four interconnected mechanisms: subvocalization, fixation, regression, and chunking. Mastering these elements transforms reading from a sluggish word by word crawl into a dynamic dance of meaning extraction. Subvocalization, the silent mental pronunciation of words, acts as both a crutch and a constraint. While it aids comprehension for beginners by anchoring text to auditory processing, it inherently limits reading speed to the pace of spoken language, roughly 250 words per minute. This internal narration becomes a bottleneck, particularly when engaging with routine material. To counteract this, strategies such as humming a tune while skimming or using a pointer to guide the eyes faster than the inner voice can disrupt this habit. However, subvocalization retains value when parsing dense or technical content, where precision outweighs speed. Equally critical are fixations, the brief pauses our eyes make while absorbing text. Like a car tapping its brakes repeatedly, the average reader stops on every word or two, each fixation lasting a quarter of a second. Narrow visual focus forces the eyes to laboriously hop across lines, wasting time and energy. Expanding one's perceptual span through exercises, such as focusing on central words while absorbing peripheral text, trains the brain to capture phrases rather than individual terms. Gradually widening the number of words processed per glance, akin to upgrading from a bicycle to a motorcycle, dramatically reduces unnecessary stops. Regression, the compulsive backtracking to reread passages, further sabotages efficiency. Fueled by anxiety or wavering focus, this habit consumes up to 30% of reading time and fractures comprehension. It creates a self-defeating cycle where distrust in one's retention leads to more backtracking. Combating regression requires both physical and psychological interventions. Physically, covering already read text with a blank sheet blocks the temptation to revisit, while mentally embracing the reality that 90% retention is often sufficient frees readers from perfectionism. Trusting the brain's ability to synthesize information without obsessive verification is key to maintaining momentum. The true accelerator of speed reading lies in chunking, the practice of absorbing groups of 3 to 5 words as unified clusters. This technique mirrors how the brain naturally processes language, prioritizing concepts over isolated terms. By perceiving phrases like the quick brown fox as a single unit rather than 4 separate words, readers slash fixation counts by 300 to 400%. Training methods such as reformatting text into widening word pyramids or using apps that flash chunks at adjustable speeds cultivate this skill. Chunking transforms reading from deciphering letters to surfing waves of meaning, aligning with the brain's preference for pattern recognition. Integrating these strategies requires deliberate practice. Beginners might start by using a pointer to eliminate regressions while marking texts into 3-word clusters, gradually increasing speed until subvocalization fades. Advanced readers learn to toggle between modes, deploying deep subvocalization for philosophical treatises while chunk skimming emails or reports. Crucially, speed reading is not about indiscriminate haste, but strategic attention allocation. It acknowledges that different texts demand different cognitive gears. In essence, speed reading is the art of harmonizing the brain's innate wiring with disciplined technique. By minimizing mental friction, silencing the inner narrator, widening visual nets, resisting backward glances, and embracing phrase-based comprehension, readers unlock speeds exceeding 500 words per minute without sacrificing understanding.